All right, guys, what's up? Sorry, a couple minutes late. If you were watching Neo's live stream, then you caught me in a little warm-up session, working on the vocals, getting them nice and ready to go for the live stream tonight. 2 hours. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. I'm already running out of water. I got some stuff that I actually want to talk about tonight. I know normally the comments control the chat, and that is what, or the chat controls the content, and that is what we're going to do. However, it's official. I made some notes for tonight's live stream because there's a couple things I want to touch on, mainly coming out of the Philly show and how I feel about the Philly show. First off, let me get some shout outs going. Business 124, Michael Ham, what's up? Stephen Ryan, Eric, Michael, Charles, Stacking Gems, Fire, Jason Valentine, ASMR, what's up? One for the task, Sam Moulter, what's going on, man? Bravos, always along for the journey. We riding. Craven Cards and Comics, so am I. Craven Cards and Comics. I spent an hour and a half to 2 hours at a local comic shop today selling comics. I walked out with almost $4,500 in sales. Did pretty good on some comic books today. And didn't have to sell them online and ship them. What's up, Ron? How you doing? Miami Mike. Roma was better than Aikman. Was he? It's up for debate. Andrew Berry, Doodad, Shay F, your package went out today. Most people who got giveaways last week, your stuff is in the mail. With the exception of one, I believe. And that is going to start me off on tonight's live stream. And this isn't a rant. It's a bit of a rant, but not a rant. But I want to be nice about it. Guys, when I do the giveaways, and I do the giveaways, you're going to get your stuff. It may be a week, it may be a month, but I'm really busy. I do the YouTube, I do the cards. I have a full-time job and a family. The other thing is when I do it, kind of try to get me your shipping info, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or something like that. Don't ask me to contact you to get your info. I'm not trying to come off like an ass, but, don't say, hey, contact me to get my address. I shouldn't have to contact anybody if I'm giving away something for free. I'm easy to find on Instagram and things like that. So that's the end of that rant. It's not a rant. It's not trying to upset anybody, but just please, I'm giving away stuff. Help me out, at least from that aspect. The other thing I want to do is, okay, I did the small rant. I can check that off my notes. There's a couple things I want to do from now on the live stream. I'm still going to do the regular stuff where I might ask a question and do a giveaway or anything, but I'm getting this from the comic auction nights where they do a super chat giveaway where anybody who wants to do a super chat, and I never advertise super chat, I get to as many comments as I possibly can, but if you guys are interested in a super chat giveaway, it's something that I'll do where if you do $1 super chat, you're entered in a giveaway, your name goes in the box, and I draw your name at the end of the live stream. You win the card for whatever it is for that night. So say, for instance, we had a John Morant Hoops PSA 10 rookie, and I was just like, for $1 super chat, you get your comment answered, you get entered to win this, and that's how we do it. If 10 people super chat me, this still goes to somebody for only, $10. But that's just a thought. I'm trying to do things to get a little bit of revenue for the channel. I've always been transparent. I'm not going to blow the channel up with commercials and ads and things like that. I have been approved to be a Market Movers affiliate, but that's not something that I'm going to start linking yet because I want to make sure it's something for me as well. And that leads me to like another big announcement I want to make. All this is leading to one thing, guys. What I'm trying to do, and if you saw me on Ziggy's show the other night, is I'm trying to give away a small trip to the National for somebody. I'm trying to, I did a poll earlier this week, and I really wanted to get some feedback on it. And I think I had over 250 votes, and over 50% of the voters said that they would like to go to the National, but it's not in their budget, so they can't make it. So what I want to try to do is do like 2 nights. That's what I can afford. I'm only one person, but try to do like 2 nights in a hotel in Chicago with a VIP pass to the National for all 5 days, but you would only be there for the 2 days in the hotel, and but you would get the VIP package. That way you could get the giveaways and all that they give you, your goodie bag that you get from the National. And that's something that I'm going to do. It's going to happen. I've actually already reserved the room in the same hotel that I'm staying in, the same hotel that Brad and I am staying in. I've already reserved the room for 2 nights, the Friday and the Saturday of the National. So you're there for the 2 biggest days. And I'm going to also include in at the moment the VIP pass to get in, which is $150. So that's $150 plus 2 nights at the Hyatt in Chicago that I've already come out of my pocket for. And I'm one person, and I don't even make that much on my YouTube channel in a month. To be honest, I make like $130 a month on YouTube, just to put that out there. I never have said anything, but that's just the way that it is. That's what my YouTube pretty much generates me, $130 a month. And I try to do what I can with what my YouTube channel gives me, and it doesn't give me enough to give back as much as I would like to give back. So I'm going to try a couple things, maybe an affiliate link, because that's just an easy way for you guys to choose if you want to try a service or not without me shoving it down your throat. And like doing maybe the super chat giveaway. If not, it doesn't work, but I'm still going to do the giveaway for the National. And the more that I can save up before then, the more I'm going to be able to add to this trip, maybe some cash for you to spend, maybe some things like that. And no, Charles, no bunk beds. This is actually a king bed room, single king bed with like, I think, a pull out sofa in case you bring somebody else with you for the room that I've already reserved for whoever is going to win. Now, I'm going to have a video with everybody on how you can qualify, and it's going to be people that's not already going. Please don't qualify if you've already try to qualify if you've already please this is what I say when I say I have the best, and it's not the money, but like the first time as soon as I start mentioning wanting to do something for you guys just start helping, and it's like I don't even know what to say, but just makes me feel good that my followers are the best out there. I've always said that. I'll argue till I'm blue in the face. And I know we want to get to talking about some cards and talking about the Philly show, but this is just something that I've thought about that I really want to do to one of my subscribers. And I want it to be one of my subscribers that's been around for a while, not just somebody that pops in and wins a giveaway and I've never seen them before. I do enough giveaways for that. And I'm going to do a full video on how you can qualify for it. And, I'm still not sure how I'm going to work transportation. I can handle Ubers and things like that. I don't know about airfare and such because I don't know where the person would be coming from and how I would even book a plane ticket for someone else. I'm not a travel agent. I don't know how that stuff works, but I do have a room reserved. I do have an extra VIP pass for someone if they're able to meet me at the National as a winner to do that. And we'll hang out. We'll buy cards. We'll do some YouTube stuff. You'll see all the other goofballs that I hang out with and things like that. So Cards and Comics says his channel's lost subscribers this week. Hey, I tell you, with the way the channel, and I said this in a video before, the channels and content, people who rely on their content to, for income, and I'm not saying that's what you do, but the content comes and goes with the popularity of the market. If cards are down, there's less views on YouTube. Believe that. And if they're up, there's more. If they're up, there's more views and things like that. So, it's just the way that it works. Neo saying goofballs. He resembles that remark. Zach, you guys are too much with the super chats and stuff. Like, I was just asking for $1 so that I could enter you guys into a drawing here, and like I have people drop in 20s and stuff, which is absolutely crazy. But we got a couple people. I'm going to go ahead and put your And because we've already gotten so friggin' high on the, so we got, I'm dropping entries in right now, cards and comics, and then we're going to get rolling. Then we're going to get rolling on the chat, answering some questions, talking about some cards, talking about the hobby, the stuff that we all love, the reason why we're here on Monday night for 2 hours minimum. Trigger finger, man. Coming through like Lando Calrissian in the pinch. Coming through like Lando in the clutch, baby. We got Zach M. And here's what we're going to do, because I'm gonna add to this drawing. I'm going to add to this giveaway drawing, because these super chats are definitely going to help with that, but it's also man, I need to get a moderator or somebody on here to help me do this so I can actually talk with you guys instead of just writing here. Is absolutely crazy. Put names in. I'm gonna find. All right, here we go. Yeah, Lando in the clutch. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to I'm going to add, and then I want to start talking about the show. But I'm gonna add some stuff to this, or I'm gonna get a better item to give away here. Let me see, going through the box here. So I had 3 cards out. So we still have the Hoops John Morant PSA 10 for the Super Chat giveaway. I'm going to add in a Darius Garland Silver PSA 9, an Anthony Davis Checkerboard PSA 9. These will all be Super Chat giveaway stuff. And you guys are like super overwhelming me with Super Chat right now. I really want to talk about the hobby, guys. Slow down. I didn't expect this. I am unprepared. I should have expected it because you guys are beasts. But I really didn't expect it like this. All right, here we go. Sam, you went hitless on 3 breaks and got mad and paid your electric bill. Let's see. Oh, let's do this with some Zeppelin in the background. I bet you if I had Zeppelin in the background, YouTube would probably block my video. I think Zeppelin's pretty strict on their copyrights and stuff. The only time that I ever really tried to put an official song in a video, it was back when I used to do the crazy intros. I don't know if you guys have been with me that long, when I used to do the crazy intros before the videos would start. And I played Mariah Carey, I Don't Want to Cry, because I was acting like I was crying and sad about a card going down. I played it in the background of my intro, and just like that 10 seconds or 20 seconds or so, YouTube was like, we're going to take this down unless you can't monetize it. You got to remove it if you want to monetize. And they were like, if you choose to monetize, Sony Music gets all the money from your video. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I put this in my video for entertainment and for fun, not to make money. So I just kept it in there. Didn't monetize the video. However, Sony Music took whatever little bit of money that video made. I felt like listening to Mariah Carey and acting like I was crying might make at least one person laugh at me, and that was worth not And that was worth not monetizing the video, in my opinion. Just dropping names in. Josh Albert. All right, guys, let's talk about the Philly show, man. Let's talk about the Philly show real quick. I took some notes because there was some important stuff that I noticed, especially in the difference between Philly and Dallas. First of all, Philly seemed like a more serious show. It seemed like there was people there willing to buy, sell, trade, and yes, I said buy, vendors buying, vendors offering me 80% eBay comps to buy some of my singles, which was really high. Dallas was more like 65%. There was less, content creation and stuff going on because, of course, it's not as big, it's not as popular. However, Philly is a pretty big show, especially on the East Coast. And there was a little bit of everything. There was lots of vintage. There was modern. There was basketball, football, more hockey in Philly, even though it was a small show. More hockey in that entire Philly show than there was in the entirety of Dallas. But that's because Philly is Northeast and hockey's popular. Let's see. Couldn't hardly find any soccer, though. And a lot of the general consensus for all the tables I walked up to, and they said, hey, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm kind of looking for some soccer stuff. I got a lot of, so are we. We're stashing all of our soccer right now. I got that answer from multiple vendors. We're stashing our soccer right now, so we're not putting it out. That's not because soccer is down, but that's because I believe a lot of them are, thanks, Steve. A lot of them are, stashing their soccer for Euro and World Cup, which could be a smart thing to do. I'm dropping a lot of names in here. And Zion wasn't for sale. LeBron Chromes weren't really for sale. Jordan stuff wasn't for sale because the market's down and people are waiting for the rebound. They were actually asking to buy that type of stuff. If you caught me on the tail end of Neo's live stream, you heard me talking about that. So yeah, there was just and good movement. Like I said, I was carrying my case around that you see right here, and every table I went by tried to stop me and be like, hey, man, do you have anything for sale? And I was like, yeah, I do, but I showed up at the show at like 11 or noon, and it was over at 3. So I didn't have a lot of time to stop at every single table and go through my cards. I actually wanted to browse. I made the big mistake. There was a card I wanted to buy. It was a great value, $375. I saw it at the second table I stopped at. I knew it was a good value, a good buy. And I said to the guy, I just got here. I'm going to make a lap, and I'll be back to buy that. I said, but if someone comes up to buy it off you, go ahead and sell it to them. Don't get hung up on me. And I went back to buy it, and it was gone. It was gone. I even asked him, I said, where's the Lamar Jackson card at? He goes, dude, it sold as soon as you walked away. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that, I usually have a plan every time I enter a show. I like to do a lap to get a feel for what's selling, what's trading, what's going on, what's popular, what's hot, not. And because I was there on a Sunday and not a Friday feeling it out, it got bought right out from under me. Yeah, soccer because of the tournaments, Bravos. Trying to move PSA 10, Halan right now. Yeah, Halan might kind of be a move right now just because, unfortunately for him, he's a great player, but his national team isn't very good. It's kind of the same situation as Lewandowski, where Lewandowski's awesome, but Poland just isn't very competitive in international competition. Oh, this is another question. I had this written down. Graded companies. That's what I wanted to talk about at the show. Okay. SGC stuff was moving. Now, not at PSA prices, but it was moving more than it was moving in Dallas. It wasn't like people were just completely disregarding SGC cases. CSG, I didn't see any. HGA, I didn't really see any. I'm carrying one with me, and everybody who looked at my cards went right by my HGA case. And it's a popular card. So this is my only HGA card. This is a 9.5 Zion courtside. People wanted to buy Zion. They were asking for Zion, but they would skim right over this card, and they would ask to buy my other Zions, but they weren't interested in this one, and I think it has a lot to do with the slab. So I don't know how HGA is, faring in the market right now, especially at shows. I don't know, online you get more eyes on them, so that might work. But at the shows, people tend to skip right over them, at least in my personal experiences. Maybe that makes them a sneaky buy for future, but I don't know. What's going on, Trevor? How you doing? Yeah, Merle, I don't know what's wrong with HGA. It's the mark, you always say the market controls, the market does what it wants. And right now I feel like HGA, at least at the card shows, and this was in Dallas as well. But what's weird is people were specifically looking for Zion. I had multiple vendors ask me if I had Zion in my case. Hey, what do you got in your case? You got any Zions? And I actually sold 2 Zions. I held 2. One of them was that HGA. And the main reason I still have that one is kind of because the vendors weren't interested in it. There was only one Zion that I owned that I didn't want to sell yet. Yeah, I think you're right, ASMR. I think HGA is more popular on eBay right now because it's a niche market, I believe, because people want the label, and you're going to find more of that on eBay. If anybody's interested in any of my Philly pickups before I put out the video, because I'm going to do a video talking about this Philly stuff as well, so I can be more in detail and talk to the people who weren't here. But if you're interested in seeing what I picked up, then just give me some likes, hit the thumbs up in the comments. Sam, what is up? Thank you for that compliment. Thank you for being here and joining me on a Monday night. So I'm going to enter you into the super chat, the super chat giveaway, which has got some names in it so far. I'll be giving out these 3 cards. The super chat giveaway be a Darius Garland Silver 9, a John Morant Hoops 10, and this cool checkerboard Anthony Davis 9. Regardless of how many super chats I get, these are getting giveaway. The super chat giveaway at the end of the live stream. Let's see. HGA seems to be more for PCs. That is correct, Triggerfinger. I'm kind of getting that feeling as well. Love what you collect. My daughter had a great time at the Philly show. I wish I would have ran into you. And since you say love what you collect, I will show you something that I got in today. It's going straight into the PC. You guys know I love Star Wars. And you guys know I like the Star Wars Wonder Bread cards. The Wonder Bread 1977 with the black borders. However, this is a 1977 Panini sticker. Italy, okay? These are only issued in Italy. 1977 Panini sticker. And look at that picture of Han and Chewie on there. It's graded in a 6. There's only 3 in the population. So a grade in a 6 is actually really good. And epic picture, man. Han and Chewie, this thing is awesome. PC all the way. I don't care how much it's worth. I bought this for myself. You just don't see this kind of stuff come across eBay that much, especially being from Italy in 1977. But yeah, love that, love that, love that. Michael Ham, I told you, wait till you see some of the crazy stuff that I picked up. That wasn't even the crazy pickup that I made. Probably the craziest card. Probably the craziest card. If you're asking how much I bought this sticker for, I bought it for $99. I bought this for $99. It was an eBay auction. It was $99 starting bid. I put in $200 and went to bed. And when I woke up, nobody bid on it but me. So no, Ron, no. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Jeff, opinion on a good price to sell 9.5 BGS Lucas Silver Prism. Going to try to move it at a show this weekend. Honestly, it's probably a bad time to move your Lucas. if you're making profit, then just do what you feel comfortable with, or try to trade it into something that you really, really want, that you think might go up in value before a Luka goes back up. A lot of times what I like to do, if I have a card that's down in the market, if I can trade it into something that I think is going to recover before the card that I'm holding, then I will trade it into that. Then I will move the card that has more potential to recover. I will then remove that card and then buy back the card that I originally moved. It's a way for me to get recovery rate faster. If that made any sense, the way I talked about that, I really don't know. But I mean, I know how I try to say it in my head, but yeah, if a card is down in the market, move it into something that you think is going to go up. Get that card that's going to go up, then get it, sell it, use that money, and go back and rebuy the card that you sold when it was down. That's a good way to get yourself out of trouble every now and then on an investment. So yeah, Ron, no wrestling pickups. The only wrestling cards that I saw were wrestling all-star cards raw. There was a lot of them raw. I don't know if I trust buying those wrestling all-star cards raw, just because I don't know if they're easy to counterfeit, because they don't seem very, like a very hard printed card. It looks like something you can make on a printer at your house. Yeah, Bravos, I'll do, if the super chat giveaway is something that is popular and something that you guys want to do. Now, remember, I'm not going to do a super chat giveaway unless it's something that you guys want to do. I'm not going to come in here and be like, okay, guys, here's a card for $1 super chat. You're entered to win. Let's do it. If you guys like the idea, then we will start doing it in the future. Tonight, I'm getting the super chats because I am giving away a trip to the National on my channel. There will be more details in a video about it. I've already gotten the VIP pass, and 2-night hotel at the Hyatt, the Rosemont Hyatt, is already reserved for whoever wins that. And whatever I can put into it more to maybe give somebody some spending money or some Uber money, I'm going to try to do. But again, I'm only one person in the hobby, and I'm not a big marketer. I'm not a big channel or a business or anything. So I'm just doing what I can do on my own. But okay, so they're not easy to counterfeit, but super easy to trim. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you should. If you have Instagram, you should at least follow me. If you don't have Instagram, then you get a free pass. But if you follow me, if you have Instagram and you don't follow me, I don't know what you're waiting for, because I tend to post stuff on there before I put up a live video. You'll have seen one of the cards that I picked up yesterday. That was an outside of the box type purchase. Another kind of pickup for myself, but I also believe it holds some potential value. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this is another crazy pickup I had yesterday. Not sports. This is Don Russ Fans of the Game Al Pacino autograph. BGS 9, but the autograph has got a 10. The only other one you ever see of this on eBay, the autograph has a 9 because he signed off of the sticker. So this one is clean. I think it's awesome. So again, I paid a little bit under $400 for this because I bought multiple cards off the same seller, so they cut me a deal. But just another card that I'll put away and I'll keep. If I never sell it, I never sell it. But yeah, it's Al Pacino, man. It's the Godfather. It's Scarface. It's the legend. And an auto 10. And this actually has SP written on the label because they short printed. This was one of the short print autographs out of that set. There was a lot of other autographs in that set, but his was really hard to get. And then lots of them he signed off of the sticker. This one he did not. So sweet pickup. I like, again, for my PC, little Al Pacino action. But yeah, do got some sports cards to show you guys as well, though. Or you try to move like that too? Yeah. Yeah, Merle, we'll run into each other. Are you selling, Merle? Are you selling at the National? Biggest difference between the Dallas show and the Philly show. Okay, the Philly show to me just felt like more business, as in people just wanting to get down to business and buy, sell, trade. I only saw one person with a camera filming, and it wasn't even someone that I recognized. It didn't seem like a big social networking thing. And there was a really good mix of everything. There was vintage, there was modern, there was high grade, low grade, high end, low end, base, parallels, football, hockey, baseball. There was everything except soccer. Soccer was as few and far between. And then, but that was the same in Dallas. There wasn't a lot of soccer. And yeah, I just had the vibe of there was just more business going on. People willing to buy and sell. Vendors willing to sell at comps, willing to buy, closer to comps to give you good value on your cards. To me, it was a good experience. The first thing I did when I walked in the door was I sold, other than missing a Lamar Jackson, like the fourth table I stopped at, I sold $1,000 worth of stuff. So right off the bat, I was an extra $1,000 in my pocket before I even started buying anything. So, that's just kind of how the vibe of it was. Yeah, Ron, and where I was at in Philly yesterday is actually the Valley Forge, the casino there in Philly as well. Was I able to pick up any PC stuff during the dip? My PC stuff is weird. So when you mean like during the dip, do you mean like I just showed the Star Wars sticker? The Star Wars sticker is PC, but that I wouldn't necessarily say I bought this during a dip because there's just not any of these out there. So there really isn't a market value on it. I bought some Tyler Hero stuff, as you guys know. Go ahead and boo me in the comments. Boo, you buy Tyler Hero, you're the worst. But I picked up a couple Tyler Hero cards while the stuff is down. But yeah. Oh, and I'm watching a bunch of auctions right now. So let me see when my auctions that I'm watching are ending. Guys, don't let me forget. All right, so in 25 minutes, let's make it 24 minutes. I need someone to remind me that there's an auction going off. There's already an auction going off in 9 minutes, but I think it's already bid up too high than what I want to pay. We'll see if I come away with something tonight since I lost an auction last week. Oh man, you're not a cheapskate, man. Don't worry. Don't ever worry about. That's why I never ask for anything because, I was gonna do a dollar join group, and I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do a dollar join group, and everybody who joins my group on YouTube, what am I gonna say? The content that you're gonna get, the exclusive content for the join group is gonna be my live drive. That's what it was gonna be. My live drive is gonna be exclusive content for the dollar join group, and I'll give away a couple stickers each day as well, so that you're getting something of substance, not just my big face on a camera. But then I thought to myself that even $1 to some people right now could be tough, and I don't want to make anyone feel left out. I'm just going to do the live drives, and I'm just going to have them open to everybody to watch, because I would hate to cut somebody out just because I made it exclusive. I don't want anybody to feel like they're a member of an exclusive group or not exclusive, and anybody feel any more less or more important than the other. So I just X that whole idea. There's better ways to go about generating a little bit of revenue if I'm able to do it. Even if I use a link to Market Movers or something, it's something that you're not forced to hear me say every day, and not something you're forced to do. Just something, if you wanted to do it on your own, you could. And I haven't even put the link in yet. They reached out to me last week and said they want to make me an affiliate, and I haven't really gotten back with them yet. It's not something that I'm hell-bent and crazy on doing. Since all Mellow Autos are redemptions this year, do you think it'll be more profitable to redeem and grade since Mellow color variations are going for $3K? I don't know. And I don't know how Panini is doing and how their timing is on their redemptions. If they're redemptions, then they're going to be stickers. I don't know. By the time you get them back, is the hype around LaMelo going to be dead? It's kind of tough. Like, I had a redemption card I bought one box of Select Football last year, and I got the XRC redemption for QB3, which happened to be Justin Herbert after the draft. And I redeemed that, got it back fairly early, and the hype on him was really big because he started hot. I was able to sell it for a lot of money. I don't know if that'll work. And I didn't grade it. I sold it raw because it came encapsulated from Panini. So I think people would feel more safe buying it encapsulated from Panini as opposed to me sending it off, getting a bad grade, and then cracking it and selling it raw. They would be like, why isn't this encased or graded? It must have a scratch on the surface or something like that. So I believe a lot of times when something's encased from Panini already, you don't really have to get it graded, because if you get it graded anything less than a 10, it's probably going to devalue it. People would probably rather have it encased raw or a 10. I could be wrong with that, but maybe not. So Trigger Finger says, at Shea, if my advice is very careful about buying vintage that isn't graded, I almost lost $5K doing that, so I learned my lesson. All right, guys, so since we're talking about vintage, I bought my first vintage baseball card ever that I've owned. As a kid, I had an old Warren Spahn card, and it was cool because I was the only kid in the neighborhood that had like a real old baseball card. But I bought my own legit, my very first legit at the age of, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm over 40. I bought my very first legit vintage baseball card, and I even told the guy selling it to me, he probably thought I was telling him that to try to get a good deal. He was probably go, yeah, I'm sure this is this guy's first vintage. But I went around to some vintage tables. I told him the player I was looking for, told him my price range, and was like, what is a good card to get of this player in a decent enough grade that fits my price range? And pretty much the general consensus of every table that I asked told me the same card. So then I made it a goal to hunt one of these down and find it and buy it at the show, which I did. And it was a 1954, guys, my first vintage baseball card, 1954 Topps, Jackie Robinson, SGC4. Now, people were like, for your price range, look for a 3. So I was looking for 3s. I was looking for a PSA 3 or whatever. The only thing I could find was an SGC 4, but I was able to get it close to the price of a PSA 3. So I was like, hey, I'll take it in a SGC 4 as opposed to a PSA 3 and get, close to the same value. So I wanted to buy Jackie Robinson as my first, because of, his historical value. He's more than just a athlete. He'll always be talked about. They'll talk about him in elementary school. He's American history. He's not just baseball history. He's American history. So I had to get a Jackie card, and now I'm actually got a fiend for buying some old vintage baseball just like it. When I look at this and I hold it, there's just something special about it. It feels like it has character. That's the word that I'm looking for. These cards feel like they have character. They're not like just photoshopped cards on a chromium background. So I look at this card and I just look at it. I'm like, dang, it's awesome. I like it. And we got Theodore coming in. Again, thanks for the chat. And I'm going to have to make it a point to buy nice cards every week to have for the Super Chat giveaway. If the Super Chats are going to be like this, I was just looking for $40 and $50 cards. Business 124. Always like to bring him up on the screen because you see that Marino right there. Speaking of Marino, I guess everything keeps naturally segueing into each other with the comments. But speaking of Marino, another PC pickup, and I don't really PC Marino because he has tons and tons and tons of stuff out there. It'd be impossible to PC. But I found a nice auto, and I just couldn't turn it down for the price. I picked this up at the show as well. This is a National Treasures, 2011 National Treasures Hall of Fame auto. So this is a white It's not a sticker auto. This is a white leather patch from one of the white Hall of Fame balls that they use at the Hall of Fame, signed, and then the leather is, put onto the card, and it's National Treasures, which is good. It is only a PSA 8, but of course I'm buying this for the autograph. I'm not buying it for the card. They had it stickered at $500. I was not really interested at $500. However, the seller said, I have a lot of room on that card. If you're interested in it, I'll do $380. At $380, I couldn't walk away from the table without this card. So maybe I overpaid, maybe I didn't. I just feel like at $380, I will come home and I will PC that. It's a big old autograph. It's not small. And it's signed in like teal, dolphin blue ink. So I like that one. You got Jeff. Thank you. We're going to get Jeff in here. And I did buy one modern baseball card of a player who's kind of up and coming, a player who's had some hype around him and kind of fallen off, but felt like I was getting a decent deal as well. But I don't know a lot about young baseball players. Sam, you're auctioning off a PSA 8 Marino rookie on eBay? Marino 13, is that why A-Rod wore 13? I'm not sure about that. Could be. Could be. Michael Ham talking about vintage, 50s and older, spectacular. Yeah, I'd like to get some older than 50s. This Jackie was a 1954. This Jackie's a 1954, and like his rookie's like a 48 Bowman or something like that. And even a 1954 of Jackie in this condition runs around $1,000. So when you start getting in, when I told them what my budget was kind of at, that's kind of the direction people pointed me in. They just said that even more so than some of his third year cards and stuff, this is a popular card. People like the way the card design, where you get an action photo, but you get a nice portrait shot as well. For some reason, and I mean, like I said, I don't know from vintage sets, but apparently this set is pretty popular because of the design. And in buying vintage, the way I learned is stuff's completely different. It definitely is buy the card and not the grade, because some people would be like, yeah, this is graded a 3, but the surface presents like this. The only thing holding it back is the corners. The surface and the color being vibrant is what's important, and things like that. Like it's a whole different ball game, which I learned. So, I also learned something in Philly. I didn't just buy cards. I learned a lot about what to look for in vintage, which helped me. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Miami connection. I bet you the pop report on this would be pretty low. A PSA 10 Andre Ware, if you actually had that. I bet you that would be a really low pop report. 55 Mantle, I'll have to look. I'm trying to think of, I got a Jackie card now. I kind of want a Ted Williams card. Of course, I got to get a Mantle, but I can't overdo it either. I can't diversify too much. I can't be buying Al Pacino cards and vintage baseball and modern everything. So, a Hank Aaron would be nice. Oh, I see what we have here. So let's see. Okay. So Jay here has an Andre Ware that he's going to retire on. The next, the next comment from Jay is, I have a game used Pierre Rose. I'm sure he meant to put Pete Rose. It smells like cheese. So I'm sure we can get one more comment out of him that's kind of, not funny. We'll see. I got the troll food out. Come on, Jay. Tends to be the people with one letter as their name that want to hide behind, their comments. So Jay has got probably one more thing to say before I go ahead and turn him loose for the evening. Come on, Jay. It's your last chance to make us laugh. Anyway, spend enough time on him. So you say your suggestion is Mays over Mantle. I think Mantle is closer to the peak than Mays. Yeah, he's just there it is, guys. Pearl Jam sucks, but fits well on this channel. Wasn't even good. Like, I give him 3 chances. I give him 3 chances to like come up with something good, and he couldn't do it. Imagine trolling on YouTube, right? I know. Yeah, right. What a troll. Like, not even good, you know, at least be good. At least make us laugh. Like, at least, come on. 3 chances and he struck out. All right. Yeah, that's actually putting down a real troll. But anyway, guys, we spent enough time on him. Charles says make him a mod. Like, I'm still not sure how to do that stuff, but I'm going to figure it out, and then I'll make some people the mod. The problem is that I go for like 2 hours, and when I go for like 2 hours, I don't want to take up 2 hours of someone's entire night, because I know all right, guys. Bye, Jay. Fake account. He comes up with the letter J. That's probably like Dustin or Brad or somebody, you know, trying to give me a hard time. But anyway, it is what it is. We can let it go. He's getting more popularity now that he's gone. You troll Neo sometimes on Luca or Cavs players. Okay, so if you were going to troll me and make fun of me, you should have at least waited for me to show you the next card that I bought. Because you guys can make fun of me all you want, and I know there's going to be stuff in the comments is going to be crazy, but I bought a Michael Jackson, okay? Not the guy that used to play for the Denver Broncos. That was Mark Jackson, right? But Michael Jackson, the music artist, relic card, okay? From the Michael Jackson live set. This is a relic card. And if I read the back, it says, this watch within the card is from Boyd Clompton design outfit, which was worn by Michael Jackson in 1971 for publicity photos and live stage performances with the Jackson 5. So, worn by Michael Jackson when he was in the Jackson 5, and also for like magazine shoots. So, yeah, just a little Michael Jackson action there. Not Jordan, but Jackson. I was teasing my friends the whole time after I bought it. I was like, guys, it's got sweat on it. It's got Michael Jackson sweat on it. You know you want it. But anyway, never seen anything like this, and you know how I am. When I see something that I've never seen, I feel like I have to buy it. But, yeah. That could be true. I mean, Mr. Wonderful, that could be true. Not sure. I don't know. Well, hold on. Where was this at? Hold on. Well, it says it was when he was in the Jackson 5, so I'm going to guess that he was small when he wore it. But yeah, it's just an oddball item. So, oh yeah, this is Mark Jackson. There was a Mark. Was it Mark Jack? There was also a Jackson that played on the Denver Broncos as a wide receiver back in the day, right? Was it Mark Jackson? Also, and there was the Mark Jackson that played point guard in the NBA. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I picked up the Michael Jackson card because it was the only one I'd ever seen. The guy didn't even know what to sell it to me for. So I give you a couple $100 for it. And that's what we did. Don't even know what the plans are with it. But yeah, you see celebrity cards selling for crazy amounts of money right now. And, you know, why not take a flyer on Michael Jackson? Now, I think Michael Jackson receiver played for Denver. in the 90s, right? He might have played for the Browns as well, but I believe he was on Denver with the Super Bowl team that lost to the Redskins back with Elway and Ricky Nattiel and like Sammy Winder and those offensive guys. Julius Randle rookies, buy or sell? I mean, I would have sold already. If I had I know that there was a Jackson that played for the Broncos. But I would have sold Randall already. I mean, I feel like it's taken him a long time to get good. Maybe it's finally going to the right team and the right system or whatever. But, you know, at this point in his career, what kind of legacy, you know, can he write for himself? With the hype around the Knicks finally making the playoffs and stuff, I believe it's a good time to sell him earlier. I don't know about buying him now. So we got, okay, so I'm getting Mark Jackson. So Mark Jackson played for the Broncos? Mark Jackson was on the Broncos, right? Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, wide receiver. I think he played for the Broncos. I got pictures of him here in the Broncos uniform. Vance Johnson, Ricky Nattiel, Mark Jackson. The Three Amigos. Yeah, I remember them now. The Three Amigos. DeAndre Ayton thoughts sell during playoffs or before next season. I would probably move him now because even if you want to rebuy him, you know, you could sell him now, rebuy him in a month, because even if the Suns win it all, stuff will dip after the season's over, and then you can maybe even get cards on him again with the hype. But he had a lot of hype coming into this season already this season, so I don't know if it'll build up for him again next season. Great movie, The Three Amigos. That was I know the three. That was Chevy Chase, Martin Short, and Steve. Oh my God, what's his name? They were all on. Steve Martin. They were all on. They were all on Saturday Night Live. El Guapo. Mr. Wonderful, I don't know. You have to ask Gary V. Do you follow what Gary V does or no? Yeah, like, if you listen to Gary V, then my advice doesn't mean anything. Gary V is much bigger than I am. Linda H. I was looking at Clemente stuff. Yeah, I was looking at Clemente stuff also. I just couldn't buy everything, you know, at the same time. You know, it's like, you know, I was targeting a Jackie Robinson. Maybe next show I'll target another player. And then the show after that I'll target a different one. But I'm not going to go buy, you know, like Clemente, Ted Williams, Willie Mays. I'm not going to go buy them all in the same show. First of all, it could get really pricey. Second of all, I just don't do a lot with vintage. I'm just getting started. And if I spent all my money on vintage at once, because vintage is more long-term, I'd have a lot of money tied up. Do I think Ben Simmons is a good long-term hold with his PSA 10s dropping? I do not. I think Ben Simmons has peaked. Even if the Sixers win it this year, I don't think that he's going to get the credit as being the person that won. You know, that's Joel Embiid's team. I mean, look what happened last year. Anthony Davis won a title with the Lakers, and his cards didn't do anything because people looked at that as being, LeBron's team. So, Ben Simmons, he's a good basketball player, but people like exciting shooters. He's not a very good shooter. What makes him a really good guard is that he's a great defender. He even struggles from the line. The first game that they lost to the Hawks, he was 3 for 10 from the line, and they lost by 4 points. Like we talked about this last week. When you're the point guard, you got to be better than 30% from the line, in a playoff game. I just am not a big Ben Simmons advocate at any price, really. Arthur, what's up? Hello from Hong Kong. What time is it in Hong Kong? Yeah, Ricky Henderson, he's probably the best all-time leadoff hitter ever. He hit tons of home runs and stole tons of bases, scored tons of runs, hit for good average, played on some World Series teams. Mr. Wonderful says Gary V played us all 1 year from now. These cards will be worthless. Well, which cards? I mean, what's your definition of worthless? Like, he played people if you bought the cards that he was like talking about buying, for big amounts of money, but you should never do that. You can smell pump and dumpers a mile away. Stock market is the same beast. Some shady characters. Already down 60% across the board. Yeah, it depends on where you're starting from. I mean, you can't say the market's down 60% across the board unless you give me a starting point. It's down 60% from the peak, but it's not down 60% from the basement. That's still up from the basement. When stuff goes up like 30, even more than that, when stuff like 100Xs and then comes back down to a realistic value, it's expected. Luca Prisms are back to $750, down from $2,000, but they were $75, a year and a half ago to 2 years ago. So 60% down from what? Crashing back to what? That's the question. People are like, oh, the sports cards are crashing. Crashing back to what? They're crashing back to they're coming back to a higher floor than what they originally had. So, yeah, something can be 60% down from where? Where's your starting point? If you're starting at the peak, that's not a fair assessment in any market. Any market. I mean, when you're at the peak, like people say, there's nowhere to go but down. Yeah, I mean, I'm finding this dip actually to be good. Like I said, I'm picking up some cards I wouldn't normally, and as an investor and a collector, the investor part of me is like, oh man, I'm not making as much money selling stuff that I was making earlier this year. But the collector part of me is saying, man, I can buy some really nice stuff at a decent price right now. So I'm at a happy medium. I like where the market is sitting at the moment. And then, your new floors get established higher than the originals, which means, your next rises will be pretty good. Do I pay above comps at your LCS to support business? Understand they have more overhead, but don't want to get fleeced. I don't have an LCS, honestly, J-My. My LCS closest to me is almost 2 hours away. So, I'm already a 2-hour drive by the time I get to my local LCS. Most of the time when I go to my LCS, it's just to hang out and talk about the hobby and the camaraderie of the hobby and things like that. It's not always about just going there to buy and sell. And that's the main thing about the LCS is you can go and talk with people who have the same interests and stuff like that. But I do buy If the LCS has a card that I'm interested in, I'll buy it and I'll pay either full comp or a little bit over if it's not if it's within reason, if it's within reason. I don't say to the person, if a card is $100 card and I go in the card shop and they're selling it for $100, I don't say, oh, if you sold that on eBay, they're going to take $13 from you right off the top. I say, okay, it's comping for $100 on eBay. I'll give you $100 for it. Some people go in and say, will you come down 13% or 10% because eBay is going to take that from you anyway? That's what the LCS owners and stuff don't necessarily like. What's up, Nick? How you doing? Mr. Wonderful says, again, guys, give it another year. 80% of cards will be back down to pre-COVID prices. Book it. Are you selling everything that you have right now? If that's your argument, then you're selling everything. You're cutting ties. You're selling everything. Everything you own should be listed, except for your personal collection items. All your investments should be for sale if that is your true belief. If everything you own is not for sale, then ask yourself, do you really believe that, or are you just saying it? So I think soccer stickers are a play since there are little to none in card shows. On modern the old soccer stickers are always best. I'm not big for modern soccer stickers. If you can get somebody's rookie card as opposed to a rookie sticker, with the 2019 and stuff like that, the cards are just where it's at because a majority of the market chases cards. Even looking basketball, you can find stickers of Jokic and Luka and stuff, and they don't draw, even though they're rare, they don't draw the types of money that their Prism cards draw, or even some of their other nice rookie cards. The reason that stickers were originally made was because they, overseas, that's all that they had. In Europe and stuff was just strictly stickers. That's why a lot of your old soccer stuff only comes in sticker form. If it came in card and sticker form, look at the 2006 World Cup cards that everybody's buying up like crazy, because they want like Messi's and Ronaldo's first World Cup card, which is the 2006 foil cards. At one time, they wanted the 2006, Germany sticker. Was it Germany or Russia? I can't remember. 2006 sticker, though. Let me see. I got a couple. Let me see. Germany. Yeah, Germany. These were originally the ones that everybody wanted because they were Messi and Ronaldo's first World Cup issues. And then, everybody discovered the 2006 foil cards and stuff, and those things just shot up like crazy. Every time I see Mr. Wonderful, I think of Paul Orndorff. Does anybody else? Mr. Wonderful, I don't know if you got me on Instagram or anything, but if you're selling all of your modern, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know what you got for sale because I'm buying and selling. If you're selling and you're really down for selling, hit me up. In all seriousness. Let's see. Rubber side down. Too many people coming to the hobby for it to drop that much. People are doom and gloom, then blame Gary V. Yeah, there's still a lot of people coming to the hobby. There was the card show in Philly for a Philly show. It's not Dallas. Was packed. There's lots of action at the shows. I feel like there may be less sales on the internet because people are either holding or just, shows opening back up. There's more transactions happening in person as opposed to online. I can tell you between Dallas and Philly, I've actually only sold, I think, one card online since Dallas, and everything else that I've sold has been in person. at Philly, at Dallas. I just haven't been selling much online. I feel like the better play is to go in person because you can negotiate all over. No, I don't think if Orndorff was ever in the Horsemen, then it was only for a short period of time. I don't think so. He might have been one of the, the fourth member of the Horsemen was like always rotating after Ole Anderson left. So, you had a mix. Barry Windham was probably the best one, but you had like Windham and Sid Vicious. They even stuck Lex Luger and Sting in there at one time. But, Orndorff could have maybe been in there for one go around, but I'm thinking not really. Bill says, heck no, Orndorff was never in there. So, the soccer guys in the chat, when are you guys starting to look for like your U.S. men's national team stuff? And who do you think is the best value on U.S. men's national team stuff? If you're into soccer and you plan on, investing into that, are you going the, Pulisic because he's he's already hyped up, but do you think he's the best? Are you going the Weston McKennie route? Are you looking at Sargent? I mean, who are you guys kind of looking at if you're doing the soccer U.S. men's national team? Oh man, I got eBay auctions, guys. Nobody reminded me. They all ended. I missed them all. That's my fault. I should have been paying attention. I would have paid more than what these ended at. Oh, maybe not. Okay, they ended maybe a little bit higher than I was looking at. Anyway, I'll tell you what I was looking at anyway, and it was 3 of the same card. Not going to be able to see with the camera. But it was 2015 Prism Light Blue Karl Anthony Towns, numbered out of 199, BGS 95s. There was 3 of them. They all went for an average of $450. I was aiming to buy them for like $4 to $420, so I don't even know if I'd have went as high because I was hoping to buy all 3. I got none. Forgot that they were there. Nick says, Steve, would you agree or disagree? If at least 2 of the top 5 QBs boom in the NFL, the hobby could boom again like Herbert and Burrow last year. Better rookies, chase cards, etc. I don't know because the stuff seems to boom before the players play, and not just the rookies, but all of football. Most of the time, your football booms before the season starts, and you tend to want to move off of your stuff, and then you hope that some of the rookies that you're holding do well. Because the quarterback class, there's so many quarterbacks, and the rookie Panini is going to outrageously price the product. So again, you're looking at wax is going to probably be really expensive because you have 4 or 5 quarterbacks. That's going to drive the price of wax up straight from the manufacturer. So, and I don't think that the quarterbacks last year really had a lot to do with, because Burrow even got hurt, really had a lot to do with football booming. The market as an entirety was just booming. So it kind of really didn't matter which sport. I still think most of the hype going into the NFL season is going to be around Patrick Mahomes winning his 2nd or Tom Brady winning his 8th. And you're going to see those 2 guys really get pushed up from a veteran and a young player standpoint. And we're going to have to see who they drag up with them. Sorry, I can't see all the comments, guys. Don't forget, we are doing the Super Chat giveaway. For $1 in the Super Chat, you get entered into the box. The money is going towards the giveaway that I'm doing for the National. And you get 3 cards. At the end of the night, I'm giving away these 3 cards. The Anthony Davis Checkerboard 9, the Darius Garland Silver 9, and the John Morant Hoops 10. To play as women's U.S. national team, I've picked up some Carly Lloyd stuff. I've been looking into some women's sports altogether. Oh yeah, Todd says Geo. I see that. That's another good one. Women's sports tend to hit or miss, but I believe there's a select few women in sports that can really get you some value in your return. Oddly enough, I've been actually looking at Jenny Finch stuff, like Jenny Finch autos from like Don Russ Americana and stuff. And a lot of people are probably like, who the hell is Jenny Finch? She was a softball pitcher. If you don't know, then you don't know. I'm not going to force it down your throat, but just looking at cheap Jenny Finch autos and stuff, because you have the women's World Series of softball going on in college right now. When they play in the Olympics, they usually have a big draw. And Jenny Finch is one of the most memorable because she was really good and also very, appealing. I heard somebody say yesterday at the show, they were like, I got 2 Bruce Jenner foil cards. I don't know if they were serious, but but they said it nonetheless. Pulisic, you bought some WCCF 2016 cards. I'm trying to get some of his 2016 select stuff, but I'm really like looking at the autos, and the only Pulisic stuff that I'm really going at right now is he's got to be in his UN's men's national team kit. I'm not buying stuff in his Chelsea or Dortmund kits. That stuff will have value, but I believe to the market that's going to be hyped up for him come World Cup, they're going to want to buy cards of him in his, his US kit. That's because that's really what people are buying him for. Landon Donovan, the captain. There is a great, I think it's impeccable, dual auto of Pulisic and Landon Donovan out. It was either flawless or impeccable. Anyway, one of the products has a Landon Donovan, Christian Pulisic dual auto. I've been looking at that card as a possible pickup. You saved me some money. He said, you know who Jenny Finch is? You're a man after all. Freddie Balls, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, Hawks up by 1 with 8 seconds left. Let me know how that plays out. Oh, there's a Vegas show in October with 400 tables. Is the Vegas show the show that's only like 1 day long, though? It's not very long, right? Maybe 2 days? I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite remember. Christian Pulisic Optic Hollow. Probably a nice budget there, Sean. Probably. I didn't really think about that one. Yeah, probably a nice budget. Got some shine to it. The one of him in his, because he probably has 2, right? Is he going to have one in his national kit and one? No, it wouldn't be in Dortmund because Topps has rights to that, and that's a Panini product. So I'm going to say, I could be wrong. The licensing was changing over at the end of the year. Remember, guys, if you missed the beginning of the live stream, I have a video coming up discussing a giveaway that I'm going to do for the National, where I'm trying to bring someone along to the National, not necessarily bring them with me, but meet me there. And I'm going to cover like 2 nights in a hotel and cover the VIP entrance fee. And whatever I'm able to gather up from the channel in revenue from then, I will also throw towards that, as opposed to trying to make the experience even better for whoever the winner would be. Another 77 Star Wars PSA 8. Which one? Which card? Yeah, Charles lives in Vegas. Is that Vegas in the background of your avatar? I got to get out there and check it out. If you were hosting the next Dr. Beckett event for 300 prominent people in the hobby and your caterer canceled last minute and you had to call on one of these people in a pinch to do the catering, who would you choose and why? Tom Brady's Healthy Eats, Boog Pal's Barbecue, Lando Calrissian's Galaxy Grub, or Giannis's 3-point catering. Man, you left one out. You left one out. I would have chosen, I don't know, like the R. Kelly, whatever, R. Kelly catering, RKC. I'm not sure, but since R. Kelly's not one of the choices, I'm going to go with see, this is for Dr. Beckett, right? I don't know how huge of a fan. I don't want to say that I'm not a fan of Dr. Beckett because he did write the magazine, but let's see. We just go with Boog Pal's Barbecue because I know Boog Pal's Barbecue. They have that at Oriole Park in Camden Yards, right out there. And they should be serving the barbecue up really quick. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. It's expensive. It's stadium food, but hey. That's all right, Grant. I sent you an email in return. I'm just busy, and it's hard for me to keep up with, everything. It's a lot easier when people can just like Instagram me their info. Oh, you live in Vegas also, man. I got a bunch of people in Vegas. Trigger R. Kelly was booked, man. Real quick, I know Ziggy, if you watch his, was talking about the Dr. Beckett had a content creators meeting at the National, which he did. I didn't attend. Me and Dustin went to watch. I think that might have been a night we went to watch a basketball game and had a drink at a bar. I just didn't want to wrap up all my time in Dallas at the show. I wanted to hang out and chill, so I didn't go to the content creator meeting. But they were talking about how people should be responsible and things like that. I know that Ziggy has talked about it multiple times on his channel, and a lot of that stuff was coming from Beckett and talking about influencers and manipulating the market and things like that. I mean, I wish somebody would have said, back in the late 90s when you created your grading company and you also controlled the market with your price guide, why did you never price graded cards prior to you starting your own company? And then when you did start pricing graded cards, why did you put in your magazine that BGS cards were worth more than the other graded company cards? That's just a conflict of interest, in my opinion. I wish someone would have hit him with that question, but they didn't. So he just got to sit there and talk about influence. And I was just like, damn, the irony. If you're a Dr. Beckett fan, hope I didn't upset you. That's just facts. Mr. Wonderful, because someone is willing to spend $20K on a card doesn't mean that everyone is willing to spend $20K on a card. This is why prices across the board will inevitably come down. Yeah, that's true. Or not necessarily willing, just some people just can't afford $20K for a card. $20K is a really expensive price to bring in anybody on a card. I wouldn't spend $20K on a card. Either. But the affordable cards, there will always be a basement for them because once they become affordable, they will hit a basement that will no longer let them go any lower. Like I was talking about Prism basketball. People who couldn't afford Prism were buying Optic and Select, and if they couldn't afford that, they were buying Hoops. But now with the price of Prism coming down, the people that couldn't afford it, that were having to buy Hoops and other brands, may now be able to buy Prism, which you're touching a new demographic of buyer. You're touching a new demographic of budget. So now you have more people who can afford it, which then creates more demand to help balance the supply, even though there's a lot of supply. So that's why a basement will always be established as opposed to going down to rock bottom, because people who couldn't afford it can now afford it. And that generates more people buying it. Price point. Hawks won. So does that make the series 3-2? Oh, is it 2-2? So it's 2-2? I've watched some Roberto Baggio stuff, but I don't think I've watched a Netflix movie on him. It's about him missing the goal. I have a Roberto Baggio sticker right here. The Divine Ponytail. So there's an old sticker. People asking about stickers earlier. Carddeal.com. What's going on? How you doing? Dwayne, what's up? Do you think it's wise to buy more rare Vlad cards now? Still seems undervalued versus Acuna, Soto, and Tatis, or wait for the offseason. Just got back in the hobby last April, so learning the ropes. I'm probably going to wait to the offseason for Vlad. I mean, Vlad's playing really good. The reason why he hasn't hit Acuna, Soto, and Tatis prices yet is because he just hasn't shown the consistency. Until this season, even though he's really, really young, and it's rough to call someone a flop when they're this young, but basically his first couple seasons, he just wasn't living up to expectations. And the expectations that were set on him were nearly impossible to live up to because of his name, because of his father, and everybody just thought he was going to come in and just torch the league. And he just started off a little bit slow, didn't live up to expectations. So a lot of people right now are wondering, is this the Vlad that we're going to have coming in the future? Is this just a flash in the pan? Because we've seen him be inconsistent. Is he finally getting his feet under him, or is he going to go back to what he was at? So that's why I don't, with Acuna and Soto putting together consistently good seasons and Tatis just being super hyped, that's why you still see Vlad cards a little bit down off those guys. Also, Vlad plays in a bad market, being in Toronto, where you have Acuna's in Atlanta, which is an amazing market. Tatis is in California. The Padres aren't necessarily the team in Cali that everybody buys, but they do have their following, and they are exciting. And then, Soto already has a World Series under his belt. Fire Sports Cards, you agree with Mr. 100%. Market is going to pre-COVID pricing. No more government checks, along with many states now cutting off federal unemployment aid. You went to 2 shows this weekend, dead. I don't know what shows you went to, but the Philly show wasn't dead. The Philly show was actually even really busy on Sunday. I mean, if they're like local shows, then maybe some of the local shows. I know Philly's like a bigger show on the East Coast. Acuna has the potential to be a 40-40 player. He might do 40-40 this year. Would he come one stolen base from it in the past? Am I active on Star Stock? I haven't been recently. I haven't even really been on there to look. And I have cards. I have cards in my Star Stock account, but I haven't been going on there and moving the cards around. A lot of the stuff is items that I just want to have sit on there at the moment. I don't have a lot of money in my account. I kind of cashed it out. I need to submit some more of my own stuff to them, some more of my raw cards, and I just haven't. Really, I'm hard-pressed for time to do everything between trying to do one video and, like I said earlier, my job and my family. And then, I have grading submissions that I'm trying to get in, trying to do Star Stock. I just started up on My Slabs, so I just did some listings on My Slabs and eBay. I spent 2 hours at the comic shop today dealing and selling stuff. I spent yesterday at the Philly show. So it's just kind of, I can't keep up with everything. And, and Monday nights I still come back for 2 hours to do the live stream. So it's just been tough. Carddeal.com, say buy what you love. If Vlad pops on MVP, it will go up. If not, I can see the value level off. Vlad's on a great offense, bad market. Acuna's better, more proven all-around player. Yeah, a lot of that stuff makes sense. Yeah, the market on the market, playing in Atlanta. I mean, that's huge. If Vlad was on Atlanta or, a team like the Dodgers, just a team with a big market, Yankees, Red Sox, you'd probably see 20% more value in his cards, I would say, at least. Because, I mean, even look at how cards like Rafael Devers were going up and things like that. A lot of it has to do with big market. How many people want to buy your card? That creates demand. And it's not just always about on-field play as much as it is popularity, which he has, and then market, which he doesn't have. Disagree. My weekend show had good attendance, but people are more discriminating with their dollars. People are just crying because stuff doesn't 3x in a week. Yeah, the market's slower. It's definitely slower. People are being more picky. People are smarter, not just buying anything. Again, the dollar isn't as easy to come by, so people, really want to spend their money on items that they really want. Which show were you at this weekend, Sean? Did you have like a local show in your area? I saw like some content from Tampa, which actually didn't look. Was it Tampa or Clearwater? Somewhere around that area. It might be the same show, but actually didn't look. It looked pretty good there. The vendors, people posting on my Instagram that tended to do well. E-Man, how you doing? What's going on? Vlad could be another Prince Fielder, which still wouldn't be too bad. Fielder hit over 300 career homers. Yeah, I believe he's a little bit of a, I don't want to say better athlete, but slightly better overall, at least at this point. So local show in Kansas. And then Michael says Clearwater. Michael, did you go to the Clearwater show this time? Maybe it was your video that I was watching. I usually always watch the videos that you put out when you go to the shows. I always wonder if Boris's face is going to pop up on one of them. But I haven't seen Boris in a little while. He's got a lot of other stuff going on. Bushliggers, what's up? 59 card PSA order pop. 42 10s. Nice. Do you do videos? If you don't do videos, do a little clip or a little snippet of what you got back, or take some photos and show me on Instagram what you got. I'd like to see. Yeah, he ate the nachos. On the note of big markets, do I think Acuna would be less pricey if the roles were reversed? Yeah, yes, I do. If Acuna was playing for a team that nobody cared about, yeah. If he was playing for the Orioles, his cards cut 20% of the value off of them. Yep. I mean, that's what I think. I could be wrong, but honestly, that's what I think. I mean, you see it all the time when a player moves to a big club or something, regardless of the player, regardless of the sport. Every time the Yankees sign somebody, that player becomes in demand, even if they don't deserve it. So that was you, Michael. Boris was there. I don't know if he made it on. Yeah. I saw someone else. Actually, I've seen two. PSA, I'm guessing, is getting some orders out because I saw two other reveals today. There were Instagram reveals. They weren't YouTube videos, but two other reveals today, and some they were right around a 70% gem rate, so which is not bad considering what people have been getting back. So they're either really sending in really pristine cards, or it's good to hear that people are getting some 10s back. That's good. Do I think Booker's prices will hold throughout the offseason? No. I don't think anybody's prices are going to hold throughout the offseason because the market is not as hot as it was. So the market isn't high. The market isn't hot enough to sustain high prices through the offseason. even in the best market in the world, when it comes to cards, even in the best market times, even like last year in the off season, stuff dipped. And it's a passive dip. It's across the board dip. So yeah, Booker will be victim of that. However, he's probably one of the players that will recover faster. Okay, I mean, when Patrick Mahomes won the Super Bowl, not last season, but the season before, even in a super hot market, his cards went down after winning a Super Bowl. When LeBron won a title last year, his cards went down immediately after the championship. But then leading into the season, they started really going back up, good value. I mean, in good amounts, like big spikes. Tatas and Brewskis, what's going on? Joining the party. Super chat, thank you very much. Going into the entry for the super chat giveaway, which is 3 cards that we will do, in 15 minutes. I'm in an hour 30 right now. In an hour 45, I will draw a name for the super chat giveaway. And and we're raising funds for the next giveaway for the channel. Everything that I make, I'm trying to put back into the channel. You're hearing horror stories about grading right now. Whoop, what was that? Try to get bravos. You're going to send me a message on Twitter. Want to know my thoughts on the price of a card if graded in a PSA 10. Will you send it to me on Instagram instead of Twitter? I honestly don't check my Twitter a whole lot. Yeah, I don't. Jason B, you were a winner last week. Your package is in the mail, right? You won the Jacob Eason and the Bowman baseball. Sharpshooter, line of the year, sports card investor. The market's crashing because everybody's talking about the market crashing. What do I think about HGA slabs? Is it worth it? I talked about HGA in the beginning of the show because we were talking about if they're moving at the shows. At Philly, no one was interested. And I had everybody wanted to buy Zion, or lots of people wanted to buy Zion. So Zion was a hot player. And like I said, I showed this earlier. This is a HGA select courtside, which is a desirable card of Zion. However, most people who went through my cards, no focus. But most of the people that went through my cards, they skipped right over this, and I think it had a lot to do with the slab. So at shows, not so much. You're more likely going to have to move your HGA stuff, at least at the moment, on eBay. So Nick here. And should I just do the super chat giveaway as should I do 3 winners? One a card, one person gets a card and have 3 winners, or should I just do winner take all? What's up, Anthony? How you doing? So, what was the last show you guys in the chat went to? And now I know some of you guys have talking about you went the one in Kansas City, Tampa, or Clearwater. I went the one in Philly. Everybody's talking about the National. Some people went out to Dallas. Anybody been to a local show? Anybody else been to a local show recently? Got any feedback from the shows? Miami Mike went to the so Miami Mike, you went, there's a Miami show. I've only ever been to Miami one time, and I want to go to Miami and actually be able to enjoy the city. I only flew into Miami once to go on a cruise out of Miami. All right, it looks like the general consensus is to have 3 winners. So we'll draw 3 winners, and in order of the winners, we'll let you pick your card. We'll let you pick your card. Merle, like I said, Merle, I watched your last video when you were selling at a show, and I heard you talking about Shawn Michaels and the Rockers and all kinds of neat little cards. And you know how I like the weird stuff. And I was like, man, I would like to dig through that showcase that you had. So there's another local show, another new local show. We're talking about lots and lots of shows. I mean, if the market was really dead, there wouldn't be, enough activity to sustain all of these shows. So if these shows are popping up and people are actually paying to be there and to set up, they must be making sales and making enough money to travel and set up and things like that. So, maybe the market seems slower because you're not seeing as much online activity, but that could be, that could be hand in hand with just the fact that, like I said, we're opened up now. People can get out and do things. And one of the things, other than vacationing in restaurants and partying and things like that, one of the things that you can go out and do is go to shows. That falls right into the category of something that you can do now. I mean, I've been to one in May. I went all the way to Dallas from Delaware. And then I went to Philly, which I was able to drive to. And then you want a sticker if you win? Everybody who wins will get a couple stickers. I got them right here. So I throw those in with all of my giveaways. So, and I usually throw like 2 or 3 in there. But yeah, and then I'm going to one in June. So that'll be 3 months in a row that I've gone to 3 big shows. I mean, in July, because I'll be at the National. And I would love to go to that Atlanta show, but it just feels like they're kind of close together. Michael Ham, there are 3 shows between Tampa and Clearwater each month. People make you feel broke when you go to the shows because of some of the price tags, or you see people buying crazy stuff, or what? Like even myself. I mean, I don't know. Like I've showed all my pickups individually, but I'll show you I'll show them all together just so you can see what I came away from in one day in Philly. 2. I got so much crap. 3. Where's that at? Michael Jackson is lost backstage somewhere. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Watching Sasha makes you feel broke. I actually, and I didn't really talk about it, I almost pulled a deal with Sasha at the Dallas show. And, I didn't go up with a camera and say, hey, I'm about to do a deal with Sasha. And it was for a hockey card. It was a Alexander Ovechkin RPA that I had. He just didn't really feel comfortable. Honestly, what he told me was he was interested, but he didn't have enough knowledge in hockey to really make, a push at the card, because it was a little bit pricey. And then I went over to Coleman, also from Coleman Cards, who was also interested. But again, we couldn't come to terms. And then Costa Cards actually asked me to bring it up to Boston to his show, which is another show coming up in July, I think, just for a weekend. But I'm not going to be able to make it up there. But he wanted to do a deal at the Boston show with me for that card. So lots of interest. But again, I'm not going to move a card for a price that I don't feel comfortable moving it at, regardless of who the buyer is. Eric is in the box. What's in the box? Brad Pitt. What's in the box? What movie is that from? I actually put memes in my... Oh, here's a card that I picked up at the show that I didn't show you guys just because it's not very exciting. But it's a modern baseball card, and I don't do modern baseball. And we've been talking a lot of modern baseball. It's Austin Meadows. You guys think Austin Meadows has any potential, you baseball people out there? We haven't really talked about him tonight, so he must not have that much potential. Anyway, I thought this card looked pretty good. It was a Topps Chrome Refractor Auto. Can't see it shining. My light's not very good, but it's a Topps Chrome Refractor Auto PSA 10 Austin Meadows. So I may have overpaid for it. See, the bad thing about the Philly show is that it's in the bottom of the casino, so it's almost like in a big underground room, and there's like no service. So when you're trying to find comps and stuff, when you're trying to find comps and stuff, you just can't find them. So when someone gives you a price on a card, it's hard to, especially if it's something you don't intend to buy. I had no intentions of buying an Austin Meadows card when I showed up yesterday, but when I saw it in the case, and it was the only nice Meadows I saw there, I just, out of curiosity, I was like, how much are you asking for the Meadows? She was like $160. I said, would you do 140? She said, sure. So I picked it up for 140. I figured it was a Topps Refractor Auto and a 10. So it would have to be one of his better cards. But then again, he could flop and not be worth anything. I may have paid for a baseball card. I just thought for any rookie with potential, this type of card at 140 seems like a good gamble, maybe. I mean, it sounded fair. It sounded fair. I mean, I know Meadows, he just tends to sometimes get injured. Like I feel like he has good years and he's doing well, and then he gets injured. I mean, he's in Tampa, which is good, but he was kind of beat up last year, even with them going to the World Series and stuff. But he's in a good young lineup. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself that it was a good buy. So I think I only got 5 cards. But I think that's more cards than I got in Philly. I mean, in Dallas. I think in Dallas I got 3 cards. So I'm going to pull up my Dallas score and then my Philly score, and you guys tell me what do you like better. So the Dallas score was the Marino Manning co-signers with the Manning rookie signature. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson on-card dual patch or dual jersey auto numbered out of 50. And the Tom Brady white mosaic PSA 10 numbered out of 25. That was the Dallas. These 3 cards were the main cards from Dallas. And then these cards was the main, and you'll see a completely different route. The main stuff from Philly. The Austin Meadows, the Michael Jackson relic. Yes, I said Michael Jackson. The Al Pacino auto. The Dan Marino Hall of Fame leather ball auto, National Treasures. And the Jackie Robinson 1954 Topps. So you see, my stuff is all over the place. Well, what do you guys think? Would you rather have the stuff? Now, monetary value, you'd probably rather have the stuff from Dallas. But would you rather have what stuff do you like better? The Dallas stuff or the Philly stuff? Dallas. Yeah, the Dallas stuff was a little bit more When I first got to Philly, I sold $1,000 worth of cards, and then I took $3,000 with me. Then I sold $1,000 worth of cards, and then I went back and I spent $2,300. So I ended up spending $1,300 of the $3,000 that I took, because I also made $1,000 in cash. So in the end, I got the cards that I got and spent $1,300 in Philly. Now in Dallas, I only went to Dallas with $2K, but I came home with $3,700. So I made $1,700 extra cash in Dallas and came home with these 3 cards. But I came home with less cards because I did trading. I didn't do any trading yesterday in Philly. In Dallas, I traded up into these. So we're mixed. Philly stuff, Dallas stuff. The Jackie. All right, guys, we're at 145. If any last people want to do to get in on the basically it's like a raffle, the super chat giveaway. There's a checkerboard Anthony Davis PSA 9, a Darius Garland Prism Silver PSA 9, and a John Morant Hoops PSA 10. For $1, it gets you in, and there will be 3 winners, a winner for each card. I'm getting ready to draw it, so we'll do like 2 more minutes if anybody wants to get into the super chat /giveaway/raffle. Yeah, thumbs up will help me out. It'll help me get into the algorithm, and more people will hear about the giveaways that I'm giving up, how I'm setting up a small 2-day giveaway to the National and things like that. Just one small YouTuber trying to do what I can. Dave G's Space Jam coming to in July. What are your thoughts on 96 Upper Deck Space Jam cards? I would rather have the older Space Jam cards than the new ones. I'm sure they'll probably come out with new ones. They might do inserts. Who knows what they'll do? They'll probably come up with something for it. But I believe the popularity of the older ones will still be better because, Jordan and such in it. But yeah. What's up, Prodigy? How you doing, man? We just talked about the Philly show, compared my Dallas pickups to my Philly pickups, talked about some giveaways that I'm doing where I'm trying to help send someone to the National for a couple days. I'm doing a super chat giveaway, which is the first time that I'm doing this. If it works out well and people like it, I'll do it every week where it's just $1 in the super chat and you get entered to win one of these 3 cards, and there'll be 3 winners. Each card is like, these 2 cards are probably like $50-$60, but then the Anthony Davis might be closer to $100. I mean, it's just awesome looking. I mean, come on. It's a checkerboard. But for $1, you get entered into the raffle that I'm about to do. Gonna put Scott in, or S. Fleming. Fleming, is your first name Scott? For some reason, I just always look at that, and because I used to one of my old high school football coaches, my linebacker coach, his name was Scott Fleming. So every time I look at that and see S. Fleming, I think Scott, but that may not even be your name. D. Peasy, what's up? And I would really super like to thank everybody who did the big super chats earlier. That wasn't expected. Completely caught me off guard. I didn't even know what to say. I almost got teared up because I'm an emotional guy. And that was just you guys supporting me, which was awesome. And you guys didn't even care about the chat giveaway. I mean, I know that's not why you guys were doing it. You were doing it because, you're trying to help me help somebody else, which is awesome. That's what community is all about. NJ. Now remember, guys, try to have Instagram. Because if I get your name, just Instagram me your info. All right, guys, that's it. That's enough. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the Oh, how was the Philly show compared to Dallas? I really talked about it pretty good in the beginning of this show, and I'm also going to do a video about it. But it was active. There was more buying and selling and dealing than there was in Dallas. There was less. There was less social media stuff going on. The vendors were buying. Vendors bought my stuff at 80% comp, which I thought was I didn't think that was going to happen, considering Dallas was like 65% comp, 70% comp kind of. But they were and lower end stuff. They were kind of buying lower end stuff that was more liquid, not necessarily base, but not super rare. You know, like red mosaic of mosaic. I sold a Zion Williamson mosaic red for pretty good money because it's just a decent Zion card that will be liquid to somebody that can afford it and looks nice, which is the kind of what I've been preaching in the videos, where look for stuff that's aesthetically appealing and affordable and liquid. And I was able to sell that stuff to vendors at card shows. Lots of other stuff also. I'll really sit down and elaborate a little bit more on the Philly show in my next video. Oh, also, give me 1 second. I got to get up from the camera and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Just that quick. Bravo, sneaking in under the radar at the last second. I still am doing the giveaway for 40,000 subscribers, which the first giveaway was the Mosaic Prism football hanger, which in my last video, you needed to comment and answer the question to get entered for that. And I kind of wanted to announce the winner of that tonight on the live stream, although you don't have to be part of the live stream to win that. Oh, no, I'm wearing pants. I got shorts on. No, four. Did I say 40? I meant 4. Who do you guys think I am? Sports card investor? I'll never be at 40,000. So we're going to set this up. Yeah, so how badly is Select Football overproduced? Just by the amount of parallels, just by looking at eBay listings, you can tell that the stuff is so super produced because you go and like I went to search Tua Select just because I like the Dolphins and I knew that there was like a green die cut and I thought maybe it would be color match and they were just parallels all over the place, like just way too many, to the point to where I knew I was like, holy crap, this stuff is mass produced. I can just tell by eBay listings that this is ridiculously produced. So I'm getting the link to my last video, guys. I'm going to go ahead and draw the giveaway for the Prism hanger as well. Yeah, Bradley staying away from Select. What are we talking about? We're talking about Pedro and Jeter. You guys, I got to do a video. Probably film my video tomorrow, and I might upload it on Wednesday. And then I will be doing the live drives. I almost did a live drive today on my way to the comic book shop just to check in and chat, but then I knew that I was live streaming tonight, so. Come on, Shay. You got to be careful with the pizza, man. The only thing hotter than the Phoenix Suns right now is Shay's pizza that he ate before letting it cool off. All right, guys, I got the comment in here. All right, guys, I've entered in everybody. We're going to see who's going to win. We're going to see who's going to win the hanger. This is for the first 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And then I'll go ahead and draw the names for the Super Chat giveaway. And then maybe one of you guys that's here in the chat will win this. If not, I'll have to announce the person's name in my next video, and they have a week to claim. If they don't claim within a week, so if we're sitting here next week and the person still hasn't claimed this, I will actually give this away to someone else in the live stream. That way I know that there's going to be somebody here to claim it. So if your name isn't the person that's about to be called, then you're hoping that the person that gets called doesn't get up with me. So here we go. We're going to start it. If you can see it going. Light's terrible. Brian Basketball, pre-2004. Brian Basketball, pre-2004. Brian Basketball. I think I met Brian Basketball pre-2004 in Dallas. I don't see him here, so he's going to have to watch my next video to claim. If not, we'll be drawing for this or asking a question for this hanger pack next week. It's Brian Basketball. Congratulations on that. Now we're going to do this, guys, so we can go ahead and wrap it up. If you guys got any last comments or questions you would like. Believe in Zion, hold him long term. I believe in Zion, but I don't know what my definition of long term is. This is a PSA box. All right, first name. Hope you're still here. Hope everybody's still here. Business 124. Business 124. Business 124 is the first. So Business 124, if you're here, let me know which card you would want. As soon as you let me know, I'll draw the next name. Besides my Pacino card, what was the most oddball thing I saw at the show? Probably the Michael Jackson card. Probably the Michael Jackson. Just because I didn't see anything else like it. That's why I bought it. Tal, the giveaway that you missed was just the first giveaway for the Super Chat. What I'm doing now, if you haven't been here all night, is I'm starting a Super Chat giveaway where for $1 on a Super Chat, you're guaranteed to get your comment seen if you wanted to ask a question, because I can't keep up with the chat all the time, as well as entered to win a card at the end of the night. Tonight's 3 cards is a John Morant Hoops PSA 10, a Darius Garland Silver PSA 9, and an Anthony Davis Checkerboard PSA 9. And also, I'm working on a giveaway to give away a trip to the National for 2 nights, where I'm going to foot the bill for the hotel and the VIP entrance. And depending on how much money I can raise between now and then, we'll see what else I can come up with. But I don't have a business, and I'm not rich, and I don't have a giant YouTube channel that creates tons of revenue. So I'm just trying to do what I can do. MJ is one smooth criminal. Did we get Business 124 in here? He's here every week. So So I know he was here, so I'll just have to hang on to a card for him. Kawhi's getting it tonight. Did that game start yet? The Clippers and Jazz? I'm going to go to the next name. No, $2 don't get the comment seen, does it? Like I seen $1. I seen people do $1. I don't know. I'm very inexperienced with Super Chat. I don't even really know how it works. I just saw this idea on a comic book auction. Business 1, 2, 3, 4. I have business to take care of. Okay, the next name is Nick. Nick is the next name. Nick. If you're still here. Nick, if you're still here, you get first pick of a card. I hope you didn't go anywhere. Tal, thanks for that, man. You're the man. I'm not the real MVP. You guys are all the MVPs, man. It's not just me. Like, I just sit in front of a camera and talk. But you guys come to hang out with me. I wouldn't have anybody to talk to. So, Nick, if you're still here, I don't know how I should set up the rules for this. I don't know, because this is the first time. Maybe next week I will say you got to be here at the end of the chat at 1:45 when I draw the names. If not, I draw others. Nick's here. So, Nick. Of course you're still here. I know it. I don't know what you're going to pick. You're either. I mean, I don't know if you're going to go with the John Morant or the Anthony Davis. Probably the Anthony Davis because it's the pretty card. But the Jaw is probably might be the better investment card. So, Nick, let me know which one you want, and then I'll go ahead and draw the last name. And the last name is Billy Works. Billy Works. I don't know where Billy Works at, but hopefully Billy Works is in the chat. All right, so Nick, the Anthony Davis is off the board. Nick, send me your address. I will get this out more than likely tomorrow morning. I'm all caught up on my mail finally. I got packages out today, and I finally got myself a P.O. box, which means I got to go to the post office every day now. So even when I'm not selling stuff, I have mail I have to go to the post office. So Instagram me your information. This is going right here. I'm going to go ahead and stick your name on it. And I'm going to get me some sticky notes for next time. Is Billy still here? Billy Works is still here. Billy, which card do you want? Yeah, I'll be sending you guys. So it's actually right here. Nick you'll be getting the Anthony Davis and a couple stickers. And then Billy will get a card and a couple stickers. What's that? What's the question? Tal's asking So Billy's going to take the Jaw. So what I can do, you see I got the Jaw. We go ahead and slide the stickers right into the team bag on the front. And I'll have this out, guys. Thanks for all of the super chats and stuff, making this work. Two of the winners are present. Business 124 is not here to claim. He will get the Darius Garland. So I'll go ahead and put his name in here with stickers. And then next week, I will have it better organized to where maybe you got to try to be here at the end of the stream. I know my streams are long. That's why I don't want to put a lot of, hey, you got to be here to win, or you got to watch to win, because 2 hours is a lot of your guys' time. Just flipping Steve checkerboard. There, Nick. Stickers in there. So, stuff will be packaged. Make sure you guys give me your Instagram information. Thanks for hanging out in the channel. We held over 100 people in here all night. We didn't talk as much about stuff, you know, as we normally do. I had some announcements to make and things like that. I'll refresh everybody on the announcements that I made in my next video. And so that next week we can get back to like just 2 hours of carrying on and asking questions and talking nonsense and having fun, you know, like we like to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead, head out, get these packages ready. Got to get up early in the morning. Guys, it's been fun. It's been awesome. Again, thank you very much for supporting the hobby, for supporting the community, supporting the channel. I really, there's not really a whole lot more I can say about it, guys. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.